Right, hi everybody, and happy July. So here are the predictions for July of 2022. Basically, we've had all the major planets move around and shift during the last 2 months, and we're finally getting some traction on what's going to be the new energy in the world. And mostly the event of the summer is going to be the conjunction of Mars and Rahu in Aries. So that is going to give us give in for great fun and heroism, new ideas and new horizons. We're going to get excited about new projects, and those projects are going to be untraditional since Rahu is there. The particularity Rahu has is that it can lead us to do things that are unconventional. So just to give you an example, yesterday with my family, we went to watch the new Thor movie, and it is all done in such a pop way that you can definitely see the influence of Rahu in the mix of the superheroes. If you see before the Marvel movies, they were trying to be historical and epic, and even the palette of colors was subdued. And now when you see Thor Love and Thunder, what you will see is that, yeah, it's a hero, but it's a hero that he's looking for himself. And he's not taking himself too seriously. The palettes of color is bright and young, and it's almost like it's a restart for the franchise. So generally, you can expect that type of energy as we go into the year. On a more serious tone, what we're going to have in the world is that, of course, the tensions of war are going to be there present because Mars is the planet of war. And Rahu is going to obsess Mars into thinking that, perhaps it can win. So we're going to have a lot of hot tempers going into August of 2022. The exact conjunction of Rahu and Mars happens on the 1st of August. So watch out for hot tempers during that time. Mostly what I see is I don't think we're going to end up in a war, but there's going to be very loud callings to conflict in this case. The second thing that's going to happen in the month is that from the 1st to the 12th, so by the time you get this video, that is gone, Saturn's going to be in Aquarius, and then Saturn goes retrograde back into Capricorn. Saturn in Capricorn means the power of the government. Comes to safeguard, stabilize, and keep everything safe and stable. Preservation. So basically what I see is that we might have another wave of coronavirus. It might be like very small, but the governments are going to enforce restrictions. We will continue with economical restrictions as we go into the year. I think the prices of everything are going to rise, and certainly there's a recession. So it'll be like a 6-month recession, and then after Saturn goes out of Capricorn once more, we will find our way out of the recession. However, Jupiter is nicely positioned in Pisces, so that should help a lot the world through the recession. So generally what I see is a mood of expansiveness, innocence, and hope for the better. Help from the universe because Jupiter is in its own sign, and a transition from one era to the next. So we're going to be seeing the pattern that we're letting go of what was and maybe an age, an era, a style of doing things, a way of doing things in our life. We're going to be entering into the hopes that we have completed a cycle properly. And we will be, with the hopes of starting new projects and new things. So a lot of karmic cycles are going to be closing. Well, Saturn's in Capricorn. It's going to be giving an aspect, particularly in July, to the Sun and Mercury, which for the second half of the month are going to be in Cancer. And amazingly enough, or challengingly enough, Mars is also going to be aspecting the Sun. So you got the two malefics, Mars and Saturn, with their different energies aspecting the Sun. So the Sun being in Cancer, the Sun wants to nurture, take care of, be with the family in the summer, be very familiar with your own people and invest in projects that are dear to your heart. And the energies that Mars and Saturn are bringing in, Saturn brings the seriousness and the restriction of the government on one hand and the sense of duty. And then Mars, on the other hand, is going to be, very full of ideas, popping them like popcorn, like hot popcorn. And those ideas may take us into, new horizons. So on both fronts, they're going to be disturbing the otherwise very calm family life. So, I do see July full of activities, one after the other, full of visits, full of people that are coming into an otherwise stable play. On the larger scheme of things, there's a lot of worry on the economy. On one side, deciding to take, for example, loans, which is the Mars aspect. Take loans to start new projects, but then visualizing if, very short-sightedly, one can get caught up in the emotion of the moment. And then on the other side, that Saturn in Capricorn reminding us that, sometimes it's better to save and not spend it all at once. World-wise, many people are scared about, the possibility of war. What I see is mostly Finland and Sweden are going to be joining NATO. And, the process and the consequences of that, we're going to be seeing them. The battle will continue in Ukraine. About invasion to other countries, I think it'll take, a good winter to prepare and to see the next phase of whatever politically will happen in the world. At the moment, I think it's going to be stable, and apart from sensational announcements over the social media and, information media, and threats, I don't think we're going to be seeing much other action on the floor. Inevitably, the conflict will develop, but we will see it over the years. Just for your peace of mind, I do think that a big war will come, but that'll be towards 2030 to 2031. And meanwhile, the chessboard is just setting the pieces in the places they go. So we're not going to see the action until 2030. There's a lot of alliance. The alliance on NATO will grow definitely, and it's going to grow in strength. And on the other side, things will naturally tend to balance. So the universe tends to balance rather than chaos. And as human beings, we're always with that tendency. So in a nutshell, that's what's happening in this month. Other highlights are the fact that on the 12th, we have Saturn going into Capricorn. Then on the 16th, that's a bit of a hot day because Sun and Mercury conjunct in Cancer with the two malefic aspects of Mars and Saturn, as we've already mentioned. We do have the Guru Purnima celebration that happens on the 13th. So that day is a holy day when we remember the presence of our holy teachers and our, the wise people in our cultures that come to reaffirm the sense of meaning and direction in our life. And on that day, particularly the Sun and Mercury, also Venus, they're all conjunct in Gemini. So I think it could be a very populated celebration. Many young people coming into our lives. It's a renewed cycle of participation. So for some time during pandemic, the elders had to hold for the newer generations, and I think now what we're going to be seeing in all spheres of life, it's like a reboot. So we're going to have a lot of new energies coming in, according to what we can see here. Also the capacity to learn from the young is there. And then the other two highlights are the 28th only, which is the Sun-Moon conjunction in Cancer with, again, the aspects of Saturn. And then on that day also Jupiter goes retrograde. So Jupiter's been in full power in Pisces. That's been very positive and very good and, giving us a lot of hope. But now those hopes are going to be checked by, a sense of, okay, how big is the dream? And now how can we make the dream happen, perhaps? So we are going to be asking ourselves the question, tell me again, why am I doing this? How did we get into all of this? And why is it that we're having this dream nowadays? And how can we go forward? So, overall, I think it's going to be a positive month, apart from, hot tempers and a lot of, I would say, maybe immature enthusiasm. But, we all remember when we were young, and, it's like being in our 20s, and wanting to go out there and discover the world. It's a good thing. Sometimes, we make mistakes, but hey, we learn from them. So anyway, a new wave of life is coming in, a new wave of energy is coming in. And I think it's all good because it'll help us reboot ourselves and go forward in the year. Again, the year, of course, will bring its challenges, but rest assured that this year is going to be much, much lighter than the 3 years before. So from my side, this is all. I would like to invite you to download our calendar. It's free. So myself and my wonderful team of astrologers, we put it together every month. It's absolutely for free. You can download it. And, you can keep track of, positive days and negative days for investment, etc. when the bright and dark half of the moon happens. Special days in the calendar so that you can celebrate, otherwise meditate, or be in touch in your yoga, etc. And if you would like a reading, you can always come to my website, vasantadas.com, and check out our services. I'm always ready to help any sincere seekers in their way. So from my side, this is all. Have a wonderful month. Enjoy your summer, and enjoy your life. Thank for life. Radhe Radhe.